Alright boys, welcome to Cramer's Mad Macro. I'm your host and I don't want to waste your time. Let's get things rolling here. Booyah. Let's see what we got today.
Welcome to Jim Cramer's Mad Macro on MSNBC.
Cramer, I love you! Cramer, you're immaculate.
Marry me!
Oh, you the man. I don't want to hear it. Everybody's too kind. We got our first caller, Brian calling from the car. Brian, what's going on? Booyah! Great big black squirrel booyah to you, Jimmy. Oh, the Black Squirrel to Harvard College. Great institution. What can I do for you, Brian?
Well, Jim, as you know, the United States is currently experiencing a budget deficit. What are some realistic steps that the government can take to work our way out of this deficit?
Alright, you hit me with a tough one to start off, Brian, but taken simply, if taxes are less than government spending, the government is running a budget deficit. This is the issue right now with the United States.
Alright, so what can we do? What can the government do to reverse the trend of an ever-increasing budget deficit?
Well, you see, Brian, if you look at the graph of the budget deficit or surplus over the past several years, it's sort of like bouncing a basketball. It goes up, and it goes down, and it goes up, and it goes down. Heck, you don't even bother, you don't even know when you'll end up. Let's take Senator Clinton's proposed budget plan as an example of what the government might do. We don't need that anymore. Simply, Clinton says if she's president, she'll move backwards to balanced budget, and that we should develop a set of budget rules. But you never know. Similar to those that we had in the 1990s, which required us to fund new expenditures, only with new revenues and other cuts in other areas.
Thanks, Jim. Any other ideas? I have to run to class, so if you can just throw out any ideas real quick, I would appreciate it. My macroeconomics professor is making us do some YouTube assignment or something, so I can't really be late.
Oh, a YouTube assignment. Alright, Brian, here's a few additional details. Creating different taxes can free up some money each year to pay back our deficit. But, you never know. Another way to decrease spending is to decrease our spending on defense, which is currently 20%. But things can be changed here to decrease this percent of defense spending while still providing sufficient security to the country.
Alright, thanks a lot. Bye-bye to you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Brian. Go Squirrels, and let's see who our next caller is.
Jim, my name's Hank. A big booyah to you from the Sunshine State.
Wow, that's a big booyah. Let's see who's next. I'll send you a big booyah right back. How can I help you?
Jim, here's what I got. I recently got laid off by GM, so I'm sitting here at home wondering what to do. Unemployment's low and has been relatively low for a while now, but the economy is lagging behind. Does the unemployment rate play a role in the economy and how well it does?
Oh, someone sounds like a crybaby.
That's not necessary, Jim.
Alright, but let's be serious here. Great question. And to answer that question broadly, yes, the unemployment does play a role in the economy and how it performs. High unemployment generally means less money in the economy due to lack of wage earning and resonates through the economy in the form of lower employment. This lower employment means the economy isn't producing as much and it becomes a cycle. Low unemployment, on the other hand, means more money in the economy because more people have jobs. They can earn wage and infuse that money into the economy through increased spending. But beware, unemployment can be a tricky thing because people who have stopped looking for jobs don't count towards the unemployment rate. So you always take the general answers with a grain of salt.
Thanks a mil, Jim. How about doubling my money with another question?
Just because I like you, Hank, let's hear it.
Jim, I've been thinking about investing in some stocks and recently took a look at the unemployment numbers. I was wondering, what are the effects of the unemployment rate on the markets?
Alright, that's a tough question here, but I'll do my best. I'd say it's tough because it's difficult to pinpoint the effects of the market using just the unemployment rate. But here are some broad ways to think about its effects on the market. In order to do this, you would have to look at the individual markets. In terms of the individual markets, a rise or fall in the rate can have a different number of effects. The bond market views a boost in unemployment rate favorably, especially when the economy is near full capacity and the unemployment rate is close to its natural rate. This is because high unemployment causes interest rates to go up, which in turn causes bond prices to go down, which is bad for bonds, but good for those looking to make a quick steal. A falling unemployment rate also makes it more likely that the Fed will increase the federal funds rate. That also helps for an increase in the bond market. The effect on the stock market is a little more hazy. A low unemployment rate usually signals market confidence, which leads to an increase. The problem with this is that lower unemployment can also lead to higher interest rates, which bring down the overall market. This inflation can also lead to wage inflation, which helps the stock market, but wage inflation is not a guarantee. The problem is that in order to stop the inflation, interest rates need to be raised. Really, it's tough to tell with the stock market when looking strictly at unemployment rate. I hope that helps.
Jim, man, you're my hero. Have a good one.
Oh, you too, sir. And now for our next caller from Odessa, Texas. What do you got?
Hey Jim, love the show. Watch every day when I'm not herding cattle. I got a question for you regarding how our U.S. dollar is doing. The land of the free, the home of the brave, the red, white, and blue. For some ungodly reason, our dollar's slipping down the well. I'm thinking about taking my money out of the stock market due to the recent decline due to the housing market in the last 6 months. Where does the value of the dollar head, and how will that affect the U.S. of A stock market?
All right, that's a great question, Randy, and I have to tell you, there's not one definite move you can make in the market right now. But here's my buy advice. You have to think that the recession is increasing due to the decrease in spending of necessity goods because of the tightening in the credit along with the devaluation of the housing market. The dollar is especially weak right now. Why? We as Americans are the biggest shoppers in the world, but our dollar keeps falling, meaning other countries that hold the dollar against their own currency are doing better than us with their currency. The best strategy I have to say to go with is to bet against the dollar.
But Jim, won't that kill our economy? Got him.
Not necessarily, Randy. Though betting against it at one point, the dollar will become so cheap that everyone in the world will start purchasing U.S. goods in dollar, and this will make the dollar rise. Everything's cyclical, Randy. Everything's cyclical. All right, Randy, let me get back to your question. You should keep your money in the stock market, just reevaluate your portfolio. You want to look at U.S. multinationals, foreign fund investments, and commodities. For multinationals, you want to look at Procter & Gamble and McDonald's. These companies draw at least 50% of their revenue from foreign countries and are very stable companies in times of recession. You could also buy a European sector fund because they get the most money out of the rising euro. But I don't know if good old country boys like you want to go foreign. Another great look for you Texans down there who love your oil would be to invest in gold, copper, or oil because these prices will go up as the dollar goes down. These are global commodities, so when the dollar goes down, it costs more to buy these commodities. You want to take these commodity stocks. Chevron, Conoco, Freeport, McMoran, those are the ways to go to make money in the stock market during this period of dollar devaluation. Now go make this great country some money. But booyah! Go Longhorns!
Thanks, Cramer, and go Longhorns indeed.
Oh, thank you to you, sir. That's all the time I have for you folks today. Hope you learned a little something, and now with a better foundation in macroeconomics, you can venture out there and make some money on your own. See you this time tomorrow. I'm out of here.
Cramer, are you single? Cramer, you're the man. See you later, gorgeous.
Mad macro, mad macro, mad macro.
This has been a presentation of MSNBC's Mad Macro.